Imagine waking up on a cruise ship with your daughter missing, vanished in the middle of the ocean. No sign, no witnesses, and no way off the boat. That's what happened to Amy Lynn Bradley. And 26 years later, her family is still searching that I end this story. We uncover one of the most haunting cruise ship disappearances in modern history. Hello everyone. Welcome to the True Crime Archive by Charger for newcomers to this channel. If you love true stories, this channel was made for you. We post true crime stories they thought they buried every day. If this interests you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you always get the latest content. Your support means a lot. Don't forget to hit the like button. As I've told you before, the like button is a simple gesture for you, but for me it's something huge because it helps YouTube know that people like my content and shows it to more new people. So please don't forget to support me by hitting that like button. You will learn how a vibrant 23-year-old woman disappeared from a family vacation, the red flags a cruise line failed to act on, and the chilling theories that suggest Amy may still be alive today. Held against her with the IT was March 21st, 1998. The Bradley family, Ron, Eva, their son Brad, and 23-year-old daughter Amy, had just boarded the Rhapsody of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, for a week-long Caribbean vacation. They were sailing from Puerto Rico toward Curacao, soaking in the turquoise waters in the dream of a family getaway. Amy was no ordinary 23-year-old. She had recently graduated from college, worked as a trained lifeguard, and was about to start a new job. Friends described her as strong-willed, responsible, athletic, and not the type to run off. But within 48 hours of boarding the ship, Amy would disappear, without a single clue left behind. The night before Amy vanished, the family had attended a welcome party on the ship. Amy and her brother Brad stayed out later, mingling with other guests and even dancing with the ship's band, Blue Orchid. There were photos of Amy laughing, dancing, relaxed and happy. At 5:30 a.m., Ron Bradley saw Amy for the last time. She was sitting on the cabin balcony, wide awake, watching the sun rise. He went back to sleep. By 6 a.m., just 30 minutes later, Amy was gone. Her cigarettes, lighter, and sandals were left behind. The balcony door was closed. The ship was still miles from port. At first, the crew insisted she must have fallen overboard. But Amy was a trained swimmer, and there were no signs of a struggle, no splashing, no call for help. And oddly, the ship refused to lock down or make an announcement until it had already docked in Curacao hours later. The Bradleys begged the crew to keep passengers on board until a search could be conducted, but their requests were denied. Tourists disembarked. The cruise continued its itinerary. Evidence? Contaminated. Then things got even stranger. Passengers came forward saying they'd seen Amy walking alone that morning, after she'd supposedly vanished. One claimed to have seen her with the ship's bass player in an elevator around 6 a.m. Another saw her near an elevator headed toward the ship's pool deck. A third swore she spotted Amy at the port in Curacao later that day. Why did the ship's logs not match up with these sightings? Why didn't security footage ever emerge? And why didn't Royal Caribbean immediately alert international authorities? When the Bradley family contacted the FBI, they launched a full investigation. Dogs were brought onto the ship and quickly traced Amy's scent, not to the water, but to a lower deck near where crew members disembarked. There were no signs of suicide, no indication of foul play, just vanishing. But the most disturbing part? Over the years, disturbing leads began to surface. In 1999, a Canadian man reported seeing Amy in Curacao with two men, being pushed down a street. She appeared scared and tried to speak to him before being whisked away. 2005, a former U.S. Navy sailor claimed he had been solicited in a Caribbean brothel, and that the woman told him, "My name is Amy Bradley. I need help." Was Amy trafficked? Was she kidnapped? Was she still alive? The investigation was about to take a dark turn. To keep up with this series and even more interesting true crime stories that never came to light until now, hit the red subscribe button. Now back to the story. A cruise ship, a missing daughter, and now chilling sightings across the Caribbean. If Amy Lynn Bradley didn't go overboard, then who took her and why? The Bradleys refused to stop searching. They hired private investigators. They returned to the Caribbean. They plastered Amy's photo across islands and websites. And then something horrifying happened. Eva Bradley, Amy's mother, received an anonymous email from a man claiming he had seen Amy on an adult website. He sent a screenshot. The woman looked disturbingly like Amy. Same green eyes, same tattoos. FBI analysts agreed it could be her. They launched an international probe. But the woman disappeared from the site days later. The source? Untraceable. Then came another lead. A U.S. Navy sailor who had visited a brothel in Curacao said he recognized Amy. She had approached him and begged for help, claiming she was being held against her will. But he didn't report it until after leaving the service, too scared to come forward earlier. The pieces weren't adding up. Yet Amy's name kept resurfacing. From Dominican Republic to Barbados, the sightings were always the same. A frightened young woman, accompanied by men, always watched, never alone. But no rescue ever came. The Bradleys' nightmare was endless. Every tip, every new sighting brought both hope and devastation. On multiple occasions, Amy's parents traveled internationally to follow leads. None resulted in closure. The family believed that someone aboard that ship, possibly part of the crew, was involved. Multiple witnesses reported that certain crew members had shown an unusual interest in Amy during the cruise, even asking if she was traveling alone. One of the ship's photographers later admitted that Amy's photos had mysteriously disappeared from the display gallery the morning she vanished, while every other passenger was still there. Was someone deliberately removing her trail? After 26 years, one question still haunts everyone who hears the story. What really happened to Amy Bradley on that cruise ship? And is she still alive today? Was Amy targeted for human trafficking? Experts say yes. Cruise ships, while marketed as safe paradises, are rarely under strict jurisdiction. At sea, rules blur. Crimes go unreported. Evidence gets washed away, literally. And cases like Amy's expose a terrifying truth. No one is really watching. Amy had 4 tattoos: a Tasmanian devil on her shoulder, a sun on her lower back, a Chinese symbol on her ankle, and a gecko around her belly button. These should have made her easy to identify, but no solid leads ever resulted in a rescue. Despite multiple composite sketches, age-progressed photos, and even an appearance on America's Most Wanted, Amy remains missing. The Bradley family continues to search. They've appeared on Oprah, Dr. Phil, and countless news segments, begging for answers. In 2021, the FBI reaffirmed that Amy's case remains open and unsolved. They've offered a $25,000 reward for any information that leads to her return. But so far, silence. Ron and Eva Bradley still believe their daughter is alive, and they vowed never to stop looking. And maybe that's what haunts us most. Amy didn't fall. She was taken. And someone, somewhere, knows what happened on that ship. That if you have any information about Amy Lynn Bradley's case, no matter how small, please contact the FBI or visit FBI.gov. Speech balloon, what do you think happened to Amy? Was she trafficked? Did the cruise line cover it up? Drop your theories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because the more people who hear Amy's story, the closer we get to answers. Like, comment, and subscribe to the True Crimes Archives by Chacha, where every crime has a witness, and every truth will be told for more true crime stories. See you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.